Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. With the Modern Warfare 3 launch coming up here very shortly, we've got a lot of gameplay changes and various different updates that Sledgehammer is going to reveal and announce. This directly correlates to things that we had feedback on during the beta and other major launch day updates, and today I wanted to preview all the current details, all the current changes and updates that we know of for launch of MW3. So as we get into it, if you're new to the channel or if you have not subscribed yet, every single day I got you covered with all things going on in COD, whether it's news, updates, meta breakdowns, tips, you name it, it's all right here. So feel free to hit that subscribe button to stay up to date. And if you enjoy the video, do me a favor, drop a like on it. It does really help the channel grow. But getting right into it, initially on day one for MW3, a pretty important update that we're going to see right away is an update to the anti-cheat, apparently. This is what the Call of Duty Updates account had to say a few weeks back in regards to the anti-cheat and to Ricochet for MW3. They say, Modern Warfare 3, Team Ricochet will be ready for MW3's launch with a new suite of detections and protections to go live on launch day, November 10th. This was also during the beta weekend, and they ended up following this up by saying, Ricochet actioned against a small number of accounts for cheating during the multiplayer beta weekend 1. For weekend 2, the team will be actively monitoring the beta and will enforce permanent bans against any account detected to be cheating across all platforms. So Ricochet's already had some experience with MW3 with the various different cheats in effect there. However, as we know, this is always like a major battle of tug of war. It's back and forth constantly. Ricochet updates, there's not as many cheaters for a little bit. And then the cheat developers update their software, then there's more cheaters. And then Ricochet updates again, back and forth they go until the end of time, basically. But we do know for sure on day one, Ricochet is going to have a new update for MW3. As far as the details here go, I'd be surprised if they share the specifics. Ricochet does not really communicate all that much. They've shared some of the mitigations that they've done in the past, whether it is, making enemies disappear from people who they've confirmed to be cheating, or, having their bullets do no damage, or taking the guns out of their hands, whatever the case may be. The sort of trolling that goes on in game while they're actually gathering data from that cheater's client. But ideally, we do get some level of communication. One thing that absolutely needs to be addressed that we're always talking about here on the channel is the spam report system that leads to false shadow bans and voice bans and all sorts of stuff like that. It's a system that's been abused for the past year or so, really ever since Ricochet was implemented, where for whatever reason, someone can just spam report you with their group of friends in game after you play a match, and with enough spam reports, your account's going to be auto flagged regardless of if you did anything or not. It's a super bad system. We're well aware of it by now. Like I said, we've talked about this several times already on the channel in the past. Ideally, they finally address it. I don't have many expectations that they will, just because Ricochet has not done much communication ever since, that team was formed and the anti-cheat was developed and released. But you never know. It could happen. We'll have to keep our eyes out on that. But regardless, an anti-cheat update for MW3 is happening. Now, that is more of a broad sort of update happening for MW3 across the board, whether it's, multiplayer, zombies, Warzone as well. All those anti-cheat updates will be in effect. These next changes and updates are more gameplay specific to, certain areas of the game itself. And we actually have some pretty detailed things here across all of Sledge's socials. So initially back during the beta, they were doing a lot with communication in general and listening to feedback and sort of responding to it, adjusting the slide delay and, nerfing the striker and whatnot, stuff like that. They did also mention, though, that for launch, we are going to see a major overhaul to the spawn system in multiplayer, which, as we know, in the MP beta was one of the biggest drawbacks. The spawns were very, very bad. They did say our team is investigating reports of poor spawn selection quality and making adjustments for launch. In the meantime, please be sure to clip unfavorable spawns and share them with us. And plenty of people did. There were a lot of revenge spawns, spawning with the enemies spawning with you, spawning nowhere near any objectives or your teammates. A lot of issues there, but we do know a major spawn overhaul is going to be coming at launch. Alongside that, they did also mention that within the beta, they were monitoring operator visibility. Obviously, we got enemy name tags during weekend 2, which did help out a lot more in terms of spotting and differentiating enemies versus teammates, but overall player visibility is still going to be updated there as well. So we should see some other significant changes with that before launch, which is definitely good news there. Hey everyone, real quick, want to give a shout out to my friends over at Gamer Advantage. Of course, you guys always see me rocking my Gamer Advantage frames every single day. I absolutely love these things. They are on all day, every day when I'm in the office playing games, working on videos. Basically, if you're looking at screens for long periods of time, whether it is gaming, working, doing school, whatever it may be, these ultimately are major game changers. They offer prescription and regular lenses and plenty of different frame options, so they quite literally have something for everyone. I've even got my own custom WhosImmortal bundle that comes with a few branded things as well, like a cleaning cloth, a sticker, so some pretty cool stuff there. If you ever want to pick up anything at all on the Gamer Advantage site, my bundle, a different pair of frames, some accessories, you can throw in code IMMORTAL at checkout for a nice little discount, and the link for that will be down in the description below. Now, outside of that, the Modern Warfare 3 Trello board, where they're talking about various issues that they're investigating, fixes that they've got scheduled, things they already did fix during the beta, this actually reveals even more gameplay specific updates that'll be changing during launch or right at launch. So we've actually got a handful of fixes that are already scheduled for day one of MW3. This includes adjusting teammate footstep volume even more, so you're not going to hear loud footsteps stomping next to you, think it's an enemy, turn around and it's your teammate, and then you get shot in the back because you turned around to check out that and someone was across the way from you, right? That was definitely a big problem in the beta that will be fully fixed there. The Guardian was causing your HUD to disappear sometimes when you ran into it, so that whole glitch there is going to be fixed for launch. The loadout selection randomly popping up when you were running through a game and stopping you and messing up your setups and everything, that's also going to be fixed. And then the counter UAV bug, not being able to call it in due to not enough space available, that'll be fully fixed for launch as well. There's also various other things they are investigating here, and honestly, because they've been investigating these since the middle of the beta, I imagine these are all going to be updated for launch as well. The ACS field upgrade wasn't capturing objectives correctly. That's basically there so you can put that down on, let's say, the A flag in domination. You can run away and it'll still cap the flag for you. That wasn't working as intended, so that'll be updated there. The missing announcer voice lines for enemy UAV activation. When you'd call in a UAV, or your enemies would rather, it wouldn't say anything. It'd just be in the sky at times and the little pop-up would happen. It wouldn't say enemy UAV inbound, stuff like that, you know? So those voice lines will be in the full game. Player health bar is missing from the HUD. They don't specify whether this is going to be your health bar in like the bottom left, so you can say, okay, I'm half health right now, I'm a third health right now, or if it's going to be an enemy health bar over their head like back in Black Ops and Cold War. I think both of them would be great additions to the game. We'll have to see how detailed that gets though at launch, but the health bar is coming back. And then also there's some voice lines that are glitched as well that'll be updated for launch. Keep in mind though as well, this Trello board is only listing a few select issues. The full-on changes for launch are going to be much more detailed and specific. We're not sure if Sledge is going to reveal a whole blog post pre-launch with all the changes they anticipate on making for day one, or if we're just going to have like a patch note update on day one with a full-on title update. For that, we're just going to have to wait and see. But whatever the case ends up being, either early notes, day one notes, you guys know I'm going to have you covered with all the information you need to know right as it happens. So stay tuned for that, alongside everything else going on with MW3 and Warzone, by hitting that subscribe button and of course turning on those post notifications. And if you enjoyed the video, if you found it informative or helpful at all, let me know by dropping a like on it. But that being said, that is effectively going to wrap things up for this one. As always, if you want to check out any of my partners, be sure to use code IMMORTAL for discounts on all Gamer Advantage, G Fuel, and Control Freak products. And the links for all those can be found down below. But once again, thank you so much for tuning in, and until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you later. Peace out.